Once people come in. Right now it's good.
I'll be a director.
Cut. Cut.
What are we cutting about?
Oh no.
Let's see. Where's your spaghetti sauce?
Yeah.
I made it two.
One.
One.
I'm making half a recipe.
Half the recipe.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Another one.
Jesus. Look at this.
I don't know. We have to buy some meat that would require a marinade. Maybe chicken breast or something.
When you buying?
Put some of those on the side. This dish is way.
Watch the woman do her magic.
What magic is that?
The magic you do in the kitchen.
What, make us fat boys?
Mm-hmm. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Jackie kicked the camera. That was not me, y'all. She got big feet.
I'm not there.
She got clown feet over there.
Shut it.
Good morning.
Morning, Lily. Morning, obnoxious. So I'm gonna make some marzetti.
You know what marzetti is? Anyone?
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it here in a bit.
Can the music down a little bit?
Share them up the screen. And we're gonna make cinnamon rolls and fresh buns. Dilly knows what marzetti is. Oh, I have no idea what it is. I'm sorry. You don't know what it is?
Marzetti is an Ohio dish. Good morning, Uncle Wayne.
Morning,
Uncle Wayne knows what marzetti is.
So let me get my little history story for you guys on marzetti. You guys ready? So the original recipe is called Johnny Marzetti. And it's named after the lady who created it. It's her brother she named it after.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Marzetti.
So you guys know the Marzetti salad dressings? It's the same family.
For real?
Hey?
For real?
Yeah, for real. So the casserole, it's a casserole, was literally crafted for sharing. According to the Ohio History Central, it was developed by a lady named Teresa Marzetti right in Columbus, Ohio. So yeah, again, like if you've heard of the Marzetti dressings, that's the same family. The Marzetti family were Italian immigrants who settled into Columbus and started their own Italian restaurant. It was located near downtown, near the broke and hungry masses of the Ohio State University students.
All right.
Shane's learning something. Johnny Marzetti, named for the meal, Johnny Marzetti, named for Teresa's brother-in-law, see, I didn't even have it right, was created specifically as a cheap but delicious way to feed hungry souls. The original recipe was a humble mixture of noodles, ground beef, tomato sauce, cheese, and was sold for 45 cents a serving. Can you believe that? The dish was a raving success and its fame spread throughout the Midwest, even showing up in school cafeterias for decades. In Ohio, Johnny Marzetti remains a common household name and still serves as a hearty, satisfying meal.
Yep, my mom makes it all the time.
So what did you guys think of that little history? Uncle Wayne says don't forget the garlic bread. Well, I'm going to make homemade buns. And I'm going to make, maybe I'll just make a loaf and then a few buns. And I'll make the loaf into some garlic bread.
All right.
For Shane.
And we're going to spice it up. So you guys remember when we went to the, what store was it?
Crazy Caz Boys in Gunnersville.
So she's going to use this.
The instead of plain tomato sauce.
I've never tasted it. Zesty and spicy.
It's good.
She's gonna use this. That right there. With a little onion.
Some mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
And Dilly says, I was going to say the shirt you have on, you bought there that day.
Yep, that's what she did.
I did. One of the ones, yep. Morning, Jen. Did a little cooking in the house today. It's miserable outside. We might have to cook. We might have to do something inside tomorrow too. We'll see.
So what makes it so miserable? We're gonna have gusts up to around 20 miles per hour.
Wind gusts.
And I just don't want to be outside fishing. It's just be miserable, man.
The high is 37 with the wind chill. It feels like 28. Tomorrow morning is supposed to be feels like somewhere in the teens.
That came from the thrift store the other day. If you guys was along with us.
It's a hot water kettle, Pally. It's hot enough. You don't want boiled water. You got your coffee in your cup ready?
No.
Well, get it.
Help your brother out.
Whatever. To do everything for you.
We still got. Oh yeah. So you guys remember the Twizzlers?
Don't even.
You guys.
Yes, I'm a.
You guys remember the Twizzlers? How many did you eat yet, baby?
You're not talking about it.
You're not talking about the Twizzlers?
No, it's off topic. Off limits.
So yeah, so it's basically like spaghetti.
I'll share the recipe in the Discord after stream.
Basically like spaghetti, but you use elbow noodles instead of spaghetti noodles, and you put a lot of cheese in it, which a lot of people does with spaghetti.
Here you go.
Twizzler, one bag serving. Yeah.
Yeah, they are fat free. Yes, Dilly. You know that big jumbo bag of the cherry Twizzlers?
Jumbo bag.
The one that was like that big?
2 pounds.
Was it 2 pounds?
2 pounds.
I might have eaten that in a couple of days, and I told you I would, because I love those things.
And the popcorn we got is freaking peppery. This shit right here is good, but like once you eat like 5 handfuls,
You get like hot mouth.
this is different.
That's not the pepper one?
Nah, this is different.
Oh, this is the plain.
Yeah.
Gotta melt some butter for that one.
Yeah, the other one was salt and pepper. And
Dilly says he would have ate them all in one sitting.
I don't think so. I think we got 4 bags.
We got a community challenge starting. We got to boost our stream back up. So you guys, channel points, if you're not on mobile, if you're on mobile on an app, you have to go on your phone in desktop mode so you can boost the stream with your channel points. It doesn't work in the app. You can be on PC, you can be on mobile on the desktop on your mobile. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, please. It really helps if you guys boost the stream.
we really had noticed a big help with
Yeah. The only thing is, Twitch is supposed to give us a notification that today's your day. You're going to be on the front page. But it wasn't like that. They didn't give us a notification.
So we started the stream out and we had 200 people come in within the first 20 minutes and I was freaking out. We were fishing.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on and what's happening? They didn't tell us. So, but appreciate you guys. Jen boosted and so did Brain Grumpy. Good morning, Brain Grumpy.
Ooh, thank you guys.
Jen says the fishing opened up for her today, but she still can't fish.
Ah.
That sucks.
I hope you guys are hungry today. So you're going to start out with some bread?
Yeah, I'm going to mix up some bread dough. So I have a bun recipe, and I've shared it with you guys before, and I'm going to share it again with the tweaks that I have made to it, because when a recipe doesn't work for me, I go back and I fix it. This one needed fixed. A couple different things. The rise time wasn't long enough. They were really dense and heavy. They should be light and fluffy.
Yeah, you like Not someone else.
Yeah. And also, it called for half a stick of butter as your oil.
Yeah.
And I used a quarter cup of vegetable oil instead the last time I made them. And I let it rise another half times as long, or maybe twice as long. They were the best ones ever.
They were good buns.
Yeah, so I'll share the modifications. I added more salt in my modifications too, because bland buns are disgusting.
I really like the last ones, and the last couple.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I just tweaked the recipe a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double batch, and we're going to use half the batch, and we're going to make cinnamon rolls. My specialty, caramel cinnamon rolls.
You got caramel?
There's going to be a caramel sauce that we're going to make. It's butter.
Can we do those first?
Well, everything has to rise. The buns and the cinnamon rolls all have to be made first.
I always like dessert before.
Before the main course.
Of course.
Jen says there's no open water and the ice isn't thick enough.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
she says I could cry. The season's been closed for 5 months. She still can't get out.
Well, it's going to get warm for everyone. Not
Spring is
too
around
long.
the corner.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day tomorrow.
We've made it through the longest period of winter. Now, we just got that short period to go through.
Right. Dilly says my favorite pastime is baking and cooking.
Ooh.
You know, I always dreamt of opening a restaurant. Maybe when we retire someday. Maybe.
I'll be your #1 customer.
I know you would be. I really love
Maybe the
cooking.
discount?
Yeah. I really enjoy cooking. I grew up with cooking gene in my blood. My mom taught me to cook when I was like 12 years old, and I've enjoyed it all my life. I've gotten to the point where my mom's love for cooking transferred to me, and truthfully, it came to the point where I was giving recipes to my mom because she's like, I like what you did with this. Can I have the recipe? So I was making the same kinds of things she was, but I would tweak the recipes because I figured something wasn't quite right. I would tweak it. And she would ask me for the recipe. I'm like, you have this recipe. It's your recipe. So it's kind of funny.
Just a little different, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jen. She says her nanny had her making bread and she had to get up on a chair to do it. And I tried to instill a little bit into my grandbaby when I was down there, or up there the last time I stayed with my daughter and granddaughter. And she was so excited to help Nana bake. She wanted to help Nana bake cookies, make cakes, cook meals. I even taught her how to make French toast and make her own eggs for breakfast, of course with supervision. She's only 7. She was only just barely 6 at that time, so. Hey, thanks you guys for boosting the stream.
Get that stream boosted, boys.
Let's go. What do we need? It's already 50%, we're 58% raised.
What?
Huh?
You guys are crazy.
Frick. Well, it wasn't very high. I've seen on some streams where they have to raise like 200,000 channel points.
Right.
I think this one is about maybe half that. But still, you guys are awesome. Thank you. It's 12,000. Okay, Ozzy, perfect. 12,000. So yeah, we're just gonna make some comfort food today. It's miserable outside. I know Stoner posted in the Discord. He had many inches of snow. Told him it was good. He didn't have to leave the house to go to work. He works from home. And hope everybody that's experiencing this winter storm that's coming through is all safe and prepared. If you read the message I left in Discord, we do have snow falling. It's not staying. The ground is still too warm. But if it keeps going all day and into the night, it probably will eventually accumulate. But Ozzy says that he can only give 2K channel points. It won't let me give more. He says, or I would have given you the whole thing.
I think you have to wait a while and do it again.
Yeah, you might get a second option. At least in other streams where we've been in when they've had it, you get a second option for adding more points to the boost, you know, after about an hour maybe of the stream or so. Uncle Wayne said it's not going to be above freezing for the whole week in Ohio. We are going to have a miserable week weather-wise here too. Like I said, tomorrow the high is in the low 30s and the feels like it's in the teens. Then we're going to get rain Thursday, Friday, maybe over the weekend. It's really hard to say. So Ozzy says they're expecting up to 16 inches of snow today. What?
Better get the freaking shovels out.
Snowblower.
That's a lot of freaking snow,
He's in
man.
Connecticut.
Wow. 16 inches. I don't think I've ever experienced 16 inches of snow.
For real? And Shane said, you know, if we actually got any amount of snow, we could take you guys out and do something in the snow.
We get sledded.
Yeah, like right in our front yard.
Yeah, we live on a freaking...
We live on a big hill. You know, there's things we could have done with you guys, but when it's just kind of doing what it's doing right now, there's not a lot we can do out there. Ozzy says New York is getting slammed right now. Yeah, we were watching the news from New York this morning and pretty messy. Jen says, I want that snow. It's crappy having to quad and the little snow we have and not skidoo. Totally get it, Jen. MKO, don't have any pictures of us when we were younger. Mine are all up in Canada at my mom's house. And Shane doesn't have very many with either.
I have one right here. I have one of me and Uncle Wayne's daughter.
Might have to do the tap on the screen.
This is my grandmother.
Double tap. Does it work?
This is my grandmother. That's me. And that's my Uncle Wayne's daughter.
I need some pictures of all the snow we had when I was a kid. Show you guys some things, the crazy Canada things. We had so much snow, we had a barn. We raised hogs at the time when I was younger. And we had a barn full of hogs. And there's a photo of my uncle on the roof of the barn on his snowmobile. That's how much snow we got. My dad had to hire a backhoe to come and dig out the barn. Oh my God, look at that picture, Uncle Wayne said.
Yeah, that's in front of my, that's actually in front of my great-grandmother's apartment. Look at that car. See the car in the background?
What did it do?
You see, that was back in the day.
You know, Shane's about 50, 60 years old, so.
Whatever.
So we'll get started here in a little bit. We just wanted to give you guys time to come in and just chat with you guys. And I wish we had a kitchen table. We'd sit at the table and drink our coffee with you.
No tables.
We have no table, no kitchen chairs.
Well, you can whip up the bread. It takes a while to rise.
It does.
It was 14. Ozzy was in the blizzard of 78.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was only 2.
I was
6
1.
foot drifts. Yep.
We also had this weird, crazy ice storm when I was about 8 years old. I think actually my mom was expecting my baby sister when we had that blizzard.
Oh.
Ice storm. Jen, furniture is overrated.
Well, it is when we have never had the intentions of staying here very long.
We didn't want to accumulate things we wouldn't be able to do anything with.
Our plans was to move on. Always. You know, copyright free music is awful.
That's kind of weird. So this recipe requires you to heat your milk. This is also from the thrift store. It's got some goofies on the bottom, but I can't get it off. I scrubbed it.
No, but not inside. No.
Not inside. So nice pot. So you gotta heat your. You always put you guys in front of the refrigerator. I can get in there.
You messed up my camera for you.
Well, you gotta fix it.
But now you're off to the side. You have to turn your neck to talk to them.
Strikes and Lou says the polar vortex is coming next week. It's gonna be very cold for a while.
Yeah, it don't sound fun to go fishing in.
No.
Some milk and bread?
Yes. This is the first recipe I've ever made that had milk in it. So again, we're doubling the recipe, and I'll share all the recipes in the Discord later in the food. If you guys are interested. Jen says we get a snowstorm tomorrow, and then Wednesday we get warm temps and rain. Look in the refrigerator. Got you something. She says our snow will all get washed away.
Just a. Oh, you got some poop?
Yeah.
Not very far from here, 37 inches of snow.
Yeah, like not far at all. We could drive there in a short time. So.
Well, it would take probably about an hour and 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. So the recipe also calls for honey, and I do sugar. So you're just heating your milk up. Well, all these ingredients I'm putting in here, heat it up to 120 degrees. I got my little thermometer. So does anybody know when a recipe calls for 2 tablespoons and you double it, how many cups or how much is that in cups? Can you do the math?
What?
It's a quarter cup.
There you go.
4 tablespoons is a quarter cup.
Man, I'm fast at math.
Give or take. You're whistling.
Yeah, I'm jamming to the copyright-free music.
We're gonna do half a cup of oil. It says to use a stick of butter. I'm gonna use oil instead. I think it turns out better. For some reason, the butter gives it an odd texture. I think that's just me. Yeah, the weather's been weird, Jen, this winter everywhere, I think. Very weird. Oh, my phone went dark. Strike says New York City's getting 18 to 24 inches of snow today. It's crazy. Flour.
I'm excited for Marzetti.
You are?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I made you that.
Should be delicious, man.
I think the last time I made you Marzetti was when you were in North Dakota. Maybe once when you were in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I made you Marzetti, didn't I?
When I came to visit you in Ohio.
Yeah. You didn't even know what it was, did you?
Of course not. The Sahara Desert has even seen snow this year, Jen said. That's crazy. Very crazy. So we're going to put 4 cups of flour and our yeast and our salt in a bowl. The sugar's already in the milk mixture. And you know, measuring is just a formality. So again, if you guys want the recipes, I'm going to be in the Discord after all my little tweaks.
We had tacos yesterday.
We did.
Yummy tacos. I'm not drinking the coffee.
It's hot. And I'm busy. It is hot. I put cold water in here. So it calls for 2 packages of yeast. Shane's cooking.
I'm not good.
Shane's cooking. We're gonna make him do the bread. How's that sound?
I don't think so, baby.
Back in there. Can you take the temperature?
Oh, I'll take the temperature. Bend over.
Not mine. Stir it and then take its temperature. I have 2 different brands of yeast here. I hope this works. Didn't realize that.
What are you looking for?
120. Cooking with Shane.
100.
All right, give it some stirs. Bring it in. It'll be there shortly. Yep, it's almost there. It's there. It's there. 120 degrees. And let that cool off just a pinch. We're gonna add the egg to it and get it mixed in. Something I hate, I love making bread, but guys, I hate dough on my hands.
You're silly.
I hate it. I don't like raw ground beef. I don't like dough on my hands. I don't. No, we're not cooking catfish, doughboy. Jen says she always uses gloves. I wish I could use gloves.
Oh, that's music, yeah.
Yeah. How's it going, hot pizza? Change it up. Put a different song. My KitchenAid mixer actually helped me out a lot. I would throw everything in there, turn that on, didn't have to touch it. How you feeling today? Hot Pizza wants to know.
Feeling good?
How's your knee?
It's just freezing outside.
How's your knee?
It's fine.
It's fine?
I could probably kick her in the butt.
I got it.
So if you guys are just coming in, we got 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts outside.
Yeah.
And we're just not going to freeze her out.
No.
So Jackie's going to make, what's making here?
This is red dough. We're gonna make some, make a loaf to make garlic bread. We're gonna make a few rolls. We're gonna make some cinnamon buns out of it. Very multi-usage.
Homemade cinnamon buns.
Homemade cinnamon buns.
Then she's going to make an Columbus, Ohio dish called Marzetti.
Johnny Marzetti.
Oh yeah. Do we got cheese?
Yeah.
All right.
Tilly says, whoa, I just realized Shane is shaved.
No, haven't.
He hasn't shaved in about a week. That's his beard, you guys.
My full-grown beard. What do you got in
You
here?
gotta keep stirring this to cool it off.
What do you got in here?
Flour, yeast, and I gotta put salt in there yet.
An egg.
The egg will go in here. So this is my measurement for salt. That's a teaspoon.
Shelby, Ohio, huh? Nice.
2, 3, 4. See, measuring is, yeah. Who measures? Formality. It's so funny. And I get it, but when one day Shane was helping me out in the kitchen, he was cooking some pasta. And he says, did you set the timer? I said, no. Well, how do you know when it's done? Well, when it's done, you taste it.
Oh.
Dilly says, I don't even measure that way. I just don't. I used to have certain bowls. Now, do you make something lots?
Yeah, you throw it at the wall. That's what my little sister does.
Nah.
Or my big sister. So, something happened to the stove when I was younger. Something happened to the stove, right?
And yeah, I remember your mom telling me.
Yeah, my parents pulled the stove out. And
Stir.
there was like a million things of...
Whisk. Like whisk it.
I whisk it.
Get that it? Get out of here. That's whisk it. Anyways, your parents pulled the stove out.
Yeah, and there was a million things of pasta back
I
there.
need 2 eggs. I doubled the recipe. Almost messed up.
From my sister throwing them at the wall.
Yeah, my kids used to do that. Nope. Sorry. Don't like that. Just taste it. You get a taste, you'll know. If it's al dente or if it's well done, you'll know. Alright, so this is cooled off where I just threw in the 2 eggs. I'm going to pour this into our flour, yeast, and salt mixture.
Yeah, she's going to do a little cooking today.
So, you want to explain again what's on the menu?
Well, right now she's making fresh bread, and with that bread, she's gonna make garlic bread and cinnamon rolls, right?
Yeah.
Then she's gonna make Johnny Marzetti. Yeah, that's a Columbus, Ohio dish, and it's basically spaghetti, but you use elbow noodles and a lot of cheese.
This is gonna be a big recipe.
Okay.
Shane's excited.
Yep, I'm in here to eat. I hope you guys burn your appetite. She's gonna make a lot.
Good morning, Gardison.
If you guys don't know, the stream boost is up, so you guys could use your channel points,
But you gotta be on that
your dashboard if you're on the phone, or your PC.
right. Can't be in the app. It doesn't show up on the app.
So if you guys don't mind, get in there, use your channel points and boost that stream. What that does is, in the next week or so, it will put us back on the front page again of
Thank
Twitch.
you, Captain Seahad. Says done did.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dilly. 3, 2, 1, lift off. Does that mean we boost started?
Woo!
Holy crap, guys.
You guys are awesome.
We reached it. Didn't think we would that quick.
Thank you guys.
That's awesome. How's it going, weather fishing? It's Zoom bait. Weather fishing is Zoom bait, remember?
Yeah, what's going on? Damn.
How's it going, Neva?
Stream's over. Neva's in here. Stream's over. Shut it down.
It's fine. He's being naughty.
What's going on, Neva?
How's it going, Stoner?
Stoner's in here.
Yeah, now it's really over.
Oh, got him.
It's already done, Jill Boy. It was with the channel points. It's already completed. We made the goal.
Thank you guys. Yeah, so this is what we purchased from the thrift store. We tightened up the screws. Jackie did something in here.
Yeah, that was falling off too. Those screws were.
She tightened up those screws.
All right, time to get.
I found the Phillips now.
It's too late.
We tightened up more.
Neva is. Well, I'm gonna let him answer that. I'm not gonna assume.
What's that?
Dilly asked if Neva was a man or a woman.
Neva's a man.
Jill Boy, it was too late. He says he has 30K channel points and he didn't get a chance.
Yeah, these things are like strict. One of them is a little bit. It's fine. You guys will have another chance as long as they keep allowing us to do that.
I don't know how long it'll happen. This dough feels great. I hate dough on my hands. The bowl isn't big enough. This is the biggest bowl I have. I've never doubled this recipe. I'm about to do it, get it on the counter. And I hate this.
Aww.
It feels disgusting.
Thanks everyone for coming in. We know we're usually outdoors.
We know this is not near as exciting as being outside.
If you guys live in America and you're from America, you guys know we're going through big storms, heavy winds. You just threw some on the ground.
Can you get it?
Was it last night?
Night before.
The night before, we have experienced the strongest winds
Yeah.
we have ever experienced here. It was pretty scary, man. We heard a big boom, and we don't know what it was. We went and looked
Yeah.
the next day when it turned light.
We don't know.
We heard a very, very big boom.
Turn that off. We'll crack the oven door open. Just crack it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Anto. And thank you for the follow, NRZ. Welcome here, you guys. Power lines is my guess. Capsy had said maybe a transformer.
Yeah, maybe it was something like that because we couldn't find nothing. But
Thanks.
our power stayed on.
Right. Thanks for the follow, Just Tokyo. Appreciate it. Welcome here.
Yeah.
It says boosting stream 25% completed. I don't get it.
Oh, so maybe it's not completed?
Thank you. Well, I'm wondering if we're getting a lot of follows if we're being boosted right now. Can you sprinkle a little bit of flour down here, please, real quick?
Flour?
Yeah.
Is this the flour?
Yeah.
How much?
Thanks for the follow, Dot Gamer. Thanks for the follow, Nicolette. That's good. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome here. Normally we're outside adventuring, but we've had some what's the word?
The weather hasn't.
Uncooperative weather.
Yeah. So lately we've been geocaching. We always fish. We fish for catfish, crappie, things of that nature.
Right. Thanks for the follow, Carlos. Welcome here.
And if you guys see, this is a small freaking apartment, right?
It's not, I mean, if it didn't have a bedroom, it would be a studio. I mean, literally.
It's a house, and it's the bottom.
A little bit more. Just sprinkle it with the bag.
It's the bottom story of the house. And
How's it going, Minor? Gary, we don't have any accumulating snow. That's good. It's melting as it's hitting the ground.
yeah, we're actually in Alabama.
Those are plastic bags we use when we go out picking up trash. When we go out fishing and stuff, we take plastic bags with us to gather trash up from dirty, messy people who fish. Thanks for that follow, Falk. Welcome here. I have chat right in front of me. Thanks for the follow, Bix. Appreciate it. Well, thanks, Miner. This is gonna hit the follow. Thank you for that follow. Welcome here. Appreciate that. Rufus says, hope the cover didn't blow off the boat.
Well, we have had it unattached. We have strings tied to it, but we have had it unattached because we're trying to sell the boat for people to come and look at it.
Mods, just make sure you're alert.
It's right now it's hard for us to get people to come and look at the boat.
Right. We do not have dogs, Tuco. Our upstairs neighbor does. I need the oil in the cupboard. Above the stove. Above the stove.
Jesus, woman. Settle down there.
Every cupboard but the one. Just like this much.
I don't know what that much is.
Thanks for the follow, bra. Cute. Oh, whoa! Thank you.
Whatever.
Appreciate you guys being here.
So this is a temporary place.
Right.
So what we're planning on doing is we're going to buy us a tow behind camper.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to go to Florida in the next couple of months, right?
Sooner than later, let's hope. I'm done with this weather here. I'm making bun dough. I'm gonna make some buns with it, and we're gonna have cinnamon rolls as well, dilly, or hot pizza. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome everybody. Normally we're outdoors. We do geocaching. We do fishing, cooking outside when the weather permits. Mostly fishing. A lot of geocaching lately. It's so fun. I'm addicted. But weather's not been doing so good, so we're indoors today. I'm gonna get this dough to rise up. I'm gonna cover it up with some plastic and a a dishcloth. Farid, we are in the United States, yeah. We are in northeastern Alabama. We often fish on the Big Tennessee River. What are you doing? All right, so this is gonna rise for about, it's gonna overflow the bowl because I don't have a big enough bowl. 45 minutes. I do not have a big enough bowl for a double recipe of this bread. Oh, welcome here, Fareed says, I'm a cook too. Bloody, I have not cooked with gluten-free ingredients for a really long time. I can, but I haven't for a long time.
Want to explain the backstory about us? So if you guys are just coming in and you don't know who we are or what we do, Jackie's from
I'm from Canada.
Manitoba.
Yes.
Manitoba, Canada. I'm from Ohio.
Right.
Anyone out there knows what the video game DayZ is? D-A-Y-Z. DayZ. When was it? 2015?
We met in 2015, 6 years ago.
Yeah, 2015. I was playing DayZ. I ran into a gentleman, and we started hanging out in the video game DayZ.
Right.
Well, it happened to be some people that Jackie played with.
Right.
And
I played with a big group.
yeah, and so, you know, I met Jackie on there. I think it was the next day after I met him.
Right.
And we started just hanging out, you know, playing video games, being video game friends.
Yeah.
For the longest time, for about 2 years almost, right?
Yeah.
And she finally asked me out.
I did no such thing.
No, we started talking a little bit more personal and things like that, right?
Started just kind of playing by ourselves more and more.
Yeah, and not much as in a group. We started branching out, playing other survival games together. And she decided to come to Ohio and come visit me.
Yeah, after we had been talking for about a year, or a year and a half, 2 years.
2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years.
Yeah, I flew down and met him up in Columbus.
Down.
Whatever. It's up from here. And
Yeah.
I spent 2 weeks with him, and we got to know each other, and
Yeah, so she came down a couple of times actually.
yeah.
And, you know, we talked every day, and I wanted to be closer to her. So I basically sold everything I had,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved to North Dakota to
Right.
but she lived right by the border.
Yeah, it literally, where he moved to and where I was living was like a 25-minute drive.
Right.
No big deal.
And so I started, I found a couple fishing channels on Twitch. And I'm like, what do you think about this idea? Would you be interested in, you know, maybe going down south where the weather's nice and streaming fishing on Twitch?
And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
So you really didn't think it was going to happen,
I
right?
figured he was having a pipe dream, and I was going to let him have his dream, and
So
supportive, and
there was a couple of days that it got in North Dakota. It got minus 80 below zero.
it got cold.
With the wind chill,
With
80
the wind
below
chill,
zero.
yeah.
I'm like, look, I can't do this. I'm like, look, I can't do this, right?
Right. His car battery froze solid in his car. He had to bring it in the apartment to thaw it out. His car was buried in snow. It was just a mess.
I'm like, let's go to Alabama and let's start streaming fishing.
And so we.
There wasn't too many people doing it. It was
Right.
something different.
So 4 years after we met, we headed out on our adventure.
@I_KOMP Tunsheared. X10. Good morning, Jackie and Shane. Coffee. You have dough under the big eye on your stove.
Thank you, Eddie. Good morning. I do. I have dough under there. Thanks, Eddie. That would have been smelly. You know what, Bloody Side? I hear you on that. It's hard to find good gluten-free recipes that are, not disgusting. Have you tried fathead dough? Fathead dough is it would be a keto friendly, but it is also gluten free. It has almond flour, almond meal, and cheese and cream cheese. And I think there's an egg in there. And you can make donuts with it. You can make pizza dough if you're interested. So
I'm interested.
in fathead dough, it's mozzarella
I do have a
cheese.
fat head.
And Eddie says they don't call me Hawkeye for nothing. I'm selling a big blob of dough. I had it in my element. We're doing good, Stonewall. Visker says you guys have day jobs, or is Twitch full time? This is what we do full time. So we've given up everything we had back home. Somebody asked if we had children or a pet. I have 2 adult children and a 7-year-old granddaughter back up in Canada.
Yeah.
Shane hasn't had any children. We are, it's been a long time since I've been back home.
Right.
And we've given up our lives.
How long has it been? Wow, huh?
Well, this will be 14 months this month. So you can adopt me when we go to Florida, Captain Seahad says.
Yeah. And so we will be taking this stream to Florida to do a lot of things.
Right.
We're interested in doing that.
Yeah.
And better
So
way.
yeah, so right now we've been in Alabama now for a year
Right.
and a bit. We've traveled to Florida a few times, just exploring, and when we came to Alabama, there was an area that called to us, and this was the area. We went to Florida, there seems to be an area there that's calling us. So now we're basically just trying to save up, like he said, to buy us a camper. Eventually we'll have to trade off our SUV and get a pickup truck to tow the camper. And we're going to be going down to Florida, carrying on down there. So, and don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. If you're new in here, we are willing to chat with you and answer what you want to know as best as we can. And you can also jump in our Discord if you want to chat with us there. Try and keep a running dialogue in there, In the mornings, everybody kind of pops in that's interested and says good morning, and we share food pictures in there. We have a room where you can share your music. Pretty cool community we have here.
How long does the bread get around?
Timer.
What?
Yeah, it takes a while, and it's gonna overflow because I don't have a big enough bowl.
It's gonna overflow.
It is. I have nothing bigger.
Yeah.
Not even my big pot's big enough. I could have divvied it up into 2, I guess, but. Well, Dilly, it would be easier to have an RV in some ways. You're gonna get my dough a chill. Would be easier, but that's just one more vehicle that we'd have to worry about.
Yeah, we just kind of want to pull behind, less maintenance.
Right.
We just can't afford to have, say, the transmission or something go out in a RV.
Right.
So definitely looking for a pull behind.
And so, because we still need to keep a four-wheel drive, a four-wheeler, a vehicle, a regular vehicle, so we can travel to and from our fishing spots too. So just extra things we have to tow and worry about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. You're gonna find a camper in Florida, Rufus says. We're hoping we find one close to the area we're going to move to.
We have someone down there.
We have a friend down there.
Yeah, with a truck.
And he has offered, if it's not too far away, that I'm assuming, I don't want to take advantage, that he will.
We can move something,
He would bring it to the campground where we would need it.
and we can even move something within a few miles or something. We just can't move something.
Long distance.
Yeah. And probably burn our transmission out or
Yeah.
something.
Dilly says that's true. My mom was pulling camper. Now they pull the vehicle behind the RV.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to have to worry about all that extra stuff. You got to have, the right trailer to pull your car behind and everything else. And ours
Just
is
imagine, just imagine the RV, right? The transmission or something goes out in it, and holy, you're talking freaking thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Just buy the transmission.
Right, and then all the labor to replace and fix, and the downtime where we wouldn't be able to probably strain because we'd be waiting for the camper to be. Hot pizza put some meat in the chest on rust for you.
Oh, okay.
So you guys, I'm gonna make a meal called Johnny Marzetti. Let me go back here and I'm gonna read you guys the history on it, shall we? Anybody want to know the backstory on the Marzetti? And the reason we're making it is because it's one of the things that Shane grew up eating because it's something that was created in Columbus, Ohio. So Johnny Marzetti, it's a Midwestern favorite. It's a casserole. We're gonna make that today. And it says this casserole was literally crafted for sharing. According to the Ohio History Central, it was developed by a lady named Teresa Marzetti right there in Columbus, Ohio. You ever heard of the Marzetti dressings? It's the same family that made this casserole as well. So the Marzetti family were Italian immigrants who settled in Columbus and started their own Italian restaurant. This was news to Shane too when I told him this. He didn't know the whole story, right?
Right.
So the Marzetti restaurant was located downtown Columbus, near the broken, hungry masses of the Ohio State University students. Johnny Marzetti, the casserole, was named after Teresa Marzetti's brother-in-law. So it was created specifically as a cheap but delicious way to feed hungry souls. The original recipe is a humble mixture of noodles, ground beef, tomato sauce, cheese, and it was sold for 45 cents a serving. Pretty cheap, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap to make if ground beef's not too expensive. The dish was a raving success and its fame spread throughout the Midwest, even showing up in school cafeterias for decades. Was it in your school cafeteria?
I don't recall.
Okay.
It might have been.
In Ohio, Johnny Marzetti remains a common household name and it still serves as a hearty, satisfying meal today. What do you think of that little bit of history? Pretty cool, huh?
I'm just ready to eat it.
Where did my Twitch go? There it is. And Uncle Wayne says his father-in-law worked at Marzetti for years in the south end of Columbus.
Oh, yeah, nice.
You didn't know that? That's pretty kick-ass. So it has some history with your family.
Yeah.
Stonewall says, Florida sounds nice and warm. No more snow. I'll never miss it.
I'm so ready to go to Florida. Hopefully, we can sell this boat soon. We're thinking about lowering the price a little bit on the boat.
Yeah. We thought we'd have a lot more interest.
It'll be in wintertime, selling a bass boat. No.
Even though we're in a place where you can take a bass boat every day out to the water still, it's not frozen. Just,
Still hard to do.
yeah. Should we peek? It's growing.
Ooh.
It's Got 30 minutes left on that.
That's a long time.
So, yeah, it is. And the casserole takes about an hour by the time you start all the ingredients and you get it baked in the oven. So, this could be Q&A with Shane and Jackie. Anybody got any questions that they don't already have answers to about us? I'm going to quickly do these dishes. And Shane can come and answer questions. Come on, baby.
I got a question.
What's that?
About how long will I be eating Marzetti?
You'll probably be eating Marzetti for at least 2 to 3 meals. Is that good?
Sure.
So don't be shy, guys. Everybody knows everything.
No questions, baby, no questions.
And I know the
Bruce
apartment.
says he's gonna find the camera for it.
No.
Oh, no, we're going to.
Yeah, I read that with you.
Zombie FPS wants to get the rest of the story. That was about it.
The story on us?
Yeah.
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 Oh, well, you can carry on. What happened in 2020 with Shane and Jackie Adventure? You can give that story.
Well, we got married, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, there's a few moments that were important in 2020 for us.
We've been streaming about 1 year and 8 months.
No.
How long?
19 months.
19 months.
Because we just got our first 19-month sub last night. Resub.
I mean, that was it. You know, after we came down here, you guys know that I guess you guys have been watching since the beginning.
We, yeah.
We decided I wanted to go big catfishing, right? That was the main reason to coming down here.
He started watching YouTube videos about catfishing and found out they have big blue cats and giant flatheads.
Right. We came down here, and Jackie never wanted to just to be a fishing stream.
Right.
Just in only fishing, and I got in the habit of just waking up and I wanted to go fishing down here.
But when we first started, it wasn't fishing every day. We had, we spent a lot of time living in a tent.
Right.
Even in 2019 when we streamed the first couple months, we lived in a tent most of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And we took you guys with us. You were in our campground. We would hang out with you guys while we made our dinner. You guys would sit around the campfire with us telling ghost stories. We did all kinds of streams back then. But then
We made that awful thing with the oranges and the
and I found that recipe. So what he's talking about is we asked viewers like, what are some things we could cook on the fire?
Yeah.
And somebody had made a suggestion of making this cake in an orange peel.
Oh, that was awful.
And it tasted so bitter. It tasted like the...
All you could taste was the orange peel.
Yeah.
So you take an orange and you hollow the orange out.
Yeah.
And you use the orange juice, the inside.
The pulp and the juice, and you throw that in your cake mix instead of water or milk or whatever. It was nasty.
It was one of the awfulest things.
But anyway, so that's the kind of things we used to do. We used to have you guys with us at the campground, hanging out at the fire, cooking with us and chatting with us. And
Then we got kind of sick of camping.
we did.
Before we got this place, we got burnt out on camping. It was cold, it was the winter.
Well, what happened in 2019 was after we had camped for a little bit, we went and got us a little apartment, a short term. We were there for 6 weeks. We literally paid 6 weeks rent.
And it was a shithole.
It was awful,
Right.
and we were miserable. So after that, we packed up, and we went back to the tent for a while, and then we went up to Ohio and we stayed with Shane's parents for a couple months. And we did a lot of streams like at National Trails Raceway, drag strip stuff, which was pretty fun. I enjoyed that a lot. And a lot of a lot of fishing. We did some trash picking up streams, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess in September of 2019, and we had to go back up to Minnesota because I needed to get back home for a few months. We lived in a tent for a month in Minnesota. September, most of September.
It was pretty cold, huh?
We had primitive camping. There was no showers. There was an outhouse. They had a well, and a few times I had him pour that ice cold water over me to wash my hair because I was desperate to get clean. And we found a campground that had their shower out in the playground after that eventually,
Yeah.
which was like 20-minute drive from where we were camping. So we went and we had the best shower in our whole entire lives.
And all this time, you know, we both gave up our jobs. And at this time, our income was on Twitch. And we had very, very, very few supporters at the time, right?
Our channel was pretty small.
And it was just so hard to make it.
It was very hard. You guys don't even know. I would buy eggs and canned soup and bread. And that's what we lived off of for a whole month. And then
I
we
never want to see a can of soup again in my life.
I made him some of that soup the other day, and he's like, "No, I'm good." And so we got him an apartment with the help of one of our supporters. They donated enough to pay 3 whole months rent on an apartment for us. So Shane got him an apartment in Minnesota, and I went back to Canada.
All right.
And I stayed with my daughter, my grandbaby, and I went back to work because we needed the income. And he stayed in Minnesota, waited for me. Like, it was a long drive for me to come down to see him. That I made most weekends, but not every weekend because weather. It was November, December, worst months, right? And so Christmas Day, we had the SUV packed back up, and we were back on the road down to Bama in 2019. And so 2019, we stayed in a tent for 5.5 months. And who proposed?
Me, of course.
The zombie wanted to know who proposed.
Me.
And no, we didn't have to beat our clothes on a rock, Uncle Wayne. They had a laundromat.
But anyway, I mean, I think the moral of the story is I guess the majority of streamers that you see that gets to do it from their house, you know, stream from their house, you know, and
We should face the camera.
and they was able to keep their jobs
Right.
until they have, you know, enough supporters in their
Right.
channel to say, okay, I think I could stream full time.
They might even step from full-time working to part-time first, just to see if it's still gonna work.
Right. The way we went,
It was like all or nothing. Literally.
we went all in.
We did, all in.
Because we never thought it was going to last this long. It was never.
It was something we just wanted to try, right?
Yeah, it was something that we was going to do short time. We was going to come down here
Yeah.
short time. Never imagine doing it this long.
We didn't even think that we'd get that purple check mark. We never zoned in and tried to get that.
That was never the plan.
That was not in the plan. We got affiliated within 3 days of streaming in the beginning,
Right.
and we became partnered in September of last year.
Yeah, almost 1 year of streaming.
Over a year of streaming.
Yeah, but if you count the times we
Time
took
off. Yeah,
it's basically 1 year of streaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we came back from getting married in Ohio, we went up there, got married. When we came back, we had already acquired the apartment. We were done with tents. Now we've gone to Florida a couple times, stayed in a tent, and I just can't enjoy it. I can't.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard life living in a tent.
So what made you choose Bama?
Again, we watched some YouTube, and we knew about the Tennessee River.
Right.
We wanted to come down here and do some catfishing, which we kind of learned the catfishing is not great for streaming.
No, it's boring, you guys.
Yeah, the catfish bite, like compared to when we went to Florida, and we're fishing off of a jetty or something,
Right?
or she's catching sharks down there. Did you know?
But yeah. So we're gonna make the caramel sauce for the cinnamon rolls. Here, might as well get it made. It can go in the pan.
We're still learning every day about streaming
We are, and
and the content that we want to bring to you guys.
we know that you guys that are here long term have come accustomed and enjoy the daily fishing. But I know that that's just not sustainable long term. Truthfully, I just don't see it. Your mom's on the ball this morning. She got him. So we always intended to be Shane and Jackie Adventures,
Not Shane and Jackie fishing.
not Shane and Jackie Fishing. And so when we got stuck in a rut and we were getting boring, we noticed our viewers were just getting bored. You know, they'd come in, they'd hang out for a couple hours, you know, and then right before noon, they'd say, all right, I'm done with this. This is boring. Bye. And they wouldn't come back. And I just said, you know, I think it's time to change. And Shane said, yes, it's time to change. What do we do? And you guys bugged us to try geocaching. Somebody bugged us for that for a long time. Didn't they?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
And geocaching has actually been pretty fun.
It's very fun. I'm addicted.
As you can imagine, just fishing every day, you don't get a lot of exercise.
Right.
We was in a boat for how many months this summer?
All of July, August, September, and part of June.
Yeah, so we're in a bass boat. There's not that much room. You can't get exercise. We're like, yeah, we need to bring some exercise to this, huh?
Yeah, enough.
You got enough?
Yeah, I got another bag. I need that cream out of the bottom of the fridge too.
The cream.
So I'm gonna make a caramel sauce for these cinnamon rolls. Mmm.
Heavy whipping.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Can you measure me out? Never mind, I got it.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you.
Go away, I got it. Don't throw my lid away. You gotta read chat because I'm doing a recipe. I don't have chat in front of me.
Yeah, it's good to have a backup plan and to be able to just bring new content. It's refreshing.
It
feels
is.
good. And
We were getting to the point where we were getting bored with our own stream.
yeah, and I think down in Florida, we can just think of so much more to do now.
Yeah, there's a lot more options than what we have here.
How about that windsurfing thing we've seen people doing?
No, you can do that. I'm good. Nope. I'm good, Shane.
Windsurfing?
I'm good.
Man, it looked fun.
Nope, it didn't. Not at all. Not at all.
So what are you doing now?
I'm making the caramel. Making the caramel for the cinnamon rolls. Are you reading Chicken Chat?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, it calls for certain amounts, and I'm just kind of winging it. I have a recipe at home. I don't have the same one here. I kind of remember it, so I'm just going to kind of go with what I remember. Need that anyways. Softened up to make cinnamon buns.
Thank you for tweeting us.
Whipped cream. There's no calories in this. Here you go. You put that away for me. Thank you. So just brown sugar, butter, and whipping cream. You're gonna melt that together. And you're gonna pour that in the bottom of your pan. That's called preparing your pan for cinnamon rolls. And that's what we're doing here. And don't mind me, my whisk does not stay in my pot. This whisk is like horrible.
Can we whisk it?
Not ready yet. Gotta be careful, it falls out. Dilly says, what kind of yeast do you use in the dough? I always seem to have a problem with yeast in the dough not rising. Right now, if I was at home, I'd be like Fleischmann's. What is the yeast? But I just buy what I can get at the, where did you put the yeast?
It's not there.
I don't find it.
Yeah, it's out there.
I just use what I can get at the Save-A-Lot. Just a matter of having a spot that's warm enough. It's called Red Star, stuff I can get here. Make sure your location is warm enough. If you have problems with your yeast, you can put it in some warm water and a little sprinkle of sugar to bloom it first, just to see if it's active. Because it's not all, sometimes it can lose its potency. Yeah, I used to buy a big thing of yeast back home because I baked fresh bread a lot when my kids were growing up. And it would go bad, like where it wouldn't work anymore. So I always had to do a little test. Trav, you are late. What's up with that? Oh, that's good. He was with customers, it's okay. Ask Trav if he knows what we're making, what that is.
So we're making, she's making right now some, I guess that.
This is caramel sauce for the cinnamon rolls. Just hold on, I'm gonna answer Artie first, then you can tell them what we're doing here. Gentle. Artie says, I know it's hard to keep it fresh at times, but I really enjoyed when you both walked around town and had lunch until someone messed that up.
Well, we plan on that right now it's just financial?
Financially.
Yeah, we just can't really afford to go out and eat like that. We really want to do more things like that. Once we get to Florida, I think it would be awesome. Like, have a day, right? We can go fishing in the morning for a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll have internet all over. Here, we can't move around unless we go to like Chattanooga or something.
Right.
Because our internet. So we could go fishing for a couple hours on the jetty, right?
And then we could go.
Go have lunch. Then from lunch, go geocaching. You know, just mix the day up so much.
And you know, just
Before you know it, it's freaking dark.
Yeah. Or you know, even like reverse it. We go out for breakfast with you guys. Or start breakfast at the house with you guys and then take you out and go geocaching and then out, you know, maybe out for lunch.
I think we're going to have a lot more cleaning cooks.
Yes.
Hopefully we could live not too far away.
Right.
And we could do a lot more cleaning cooks with the saltwater fish.
Yes. So that's
we're working hard to get out of here, you guys. We're saving every penny we can. We're really, really working hard to get out of here.
We're doing the best we can. It's tough.
Yeah, and it's only a short amount of time. Before you know it, we'll be down.
All right, so there's your caramel sauce.
Woo.
That goes in your pan. I'm gonna put it in there now because that whisk, it like attacked me.
It's all right.
No, it burnt me. So, because the sauce is hot, I heated it up. So I'm gonna get that ready. There. All I'm doing is pouring this in the bottom of the pan. Look at that. Cinnamon rolls go on top.
Looks yummy.
So what happens is when you take your cinnamon buns out, you flip them upside down.
Never heard of the term puke yeast? Neither have I.
Yeast.
I don't even know.
You puke the yeast. Eddie says he was a baker for 10 years. You puke the yeast.
Yeah, time will come, and yeah.
Taste.
It's like caramel. Caramel.
Caramel.
So this is bread that she has rising. Ooh, it's all the way to the top.
I told you it's going to overflow.
She'll be making marzetti.
That's our main thing.
A zesty, spicy marzetti.
Nah, I don't spray the pan. You could grease it, spray it. Truthfully, I'm out of spray, so they will stick a little bit. I might do a butter around the edges actually. I probably would grease the pan. I kind of forgot. The bottom doesn't need it, just the sides. I'm just gonna take a little butter. Just do the sides, because they will stick on the sides. Because I'm a dummy, I forgot. But thank you for reminding me.
So is it different cooking on stream than it is when the stream's not going?
Yep.
It is.
You know why?
What?
Because I would have had this all done already if I wasn't on stream. I don't take my time when I'm not on stream. I just do it. I've cooked in commercial kitchen and stuff, and you just get into the mindset you're doing this, and this is got to get done.
Man, that stuff is rising. Look at it, boys. So we got another 10 minutes still in the
I
front.
told you it's gonna, and if you keep lifting that up, you might flatten it. So it's
Still has another 10 minutes with the dough rising.
We like spicy stuff, Trav. We just very rarely cook spicy stuff just because lack of things to make it with.
Let me explain.
A few cast iron pans. I gotta move to get a cookie sheet.
When we get to the store, it's like, well, get this, get this, get this. And that's it. Don't get no more.
Needs wash.
Want me to wash some things?
Yeah. Basically, when we go to the store, it's get what you need. There's soap on there. Okay. It does. It has some good stuff on the bottom. A little soap. Eddie says rising dough is like a baking cake. You walk softly or it will fall.
Well, I've been jumping around here like an idiot.
Just don't get water in my cinnamon bun pan. You did a great job. Thank
Good
you.
stuff. Don't ask me to do something else. They're going to direct every step.
I'm not directing. I asked you one thing. Yeah.
Nothing.
What? What's wrong with it? And don't use your pans that you bake cookies and cakes on and bread for cooking French fries or any meat in your oven. How's that for a tip? So we'll get the buns on pans, cinnamon buns made, and then we'll start on the Marzetti. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Are you hungry?
Always hungry.
Always hungry.
Always hungry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put everything on pans and then it's gotta go sit and rise for another 40 minutes to an hour while we cook the Marzetti. It'll rise up, and then once the Marzetti's going in the oven or been in there for a bit, we'll bake the buns, and then we'll bake the cinnamon buns. Trav says, that dude needs a cookie. I don't got no cookies. He's got chocolate cake. This is what's left. It's messy. Of the cake I made the other day.
I'm always hungry.
I could always feed this boy.
Have you ever asked me if I want something to eat? And I said, nah.
Yep. Yesterday morning for breakfast.
Well, breakfast ain't mine.
Ate your cup of tea.
Nah.
You were gonna look at that dough again, weren't you?
I'm ready. I'm ready to do the cooking. I'm ready to whip it up.
He was gonna lift that tea towel up.
You open all the cans?
You can if you were so inclined. But can you do it on this side?
No. No, right here. We got room. There's a hoot nanny.
So, I don't know what we're going to do, there's going to be a lot of rain this week and yucky weather.
The winds mostly.
Mostly wind.
It's the winds.
So I'm not sure what the...
No, Jack, you can't operate this machine.
I can sew.
Ooh, that's some nice tomatoes. Some nice tomatoes.
What kind of cookies are your favorite?
Anyone's. We got zesty and spicy hunks. Oh, I cannot read it now.
See? It's not that easy.
It is.
It's not. I told you the dough is going to overflow the bowl, and if it starts going over the edge, it's going to wreck it. Thank you.
What's in a mushroom?
You don't need a can opener for those.
I understand.
Okay. Thank you. So there's another meal that I make. It's kind of similar to the Marzetti. It's called spaghetti bake. You heard of that one?
Nope.
So it's made with spaghetti. It has very similar ingredients.
Want this drink?
No,
Don't drain my fucking stuff.
I will. It's not right now. So the spaghetti bake has corn in it, and what else? Oh, I do cayenne pepper in it. Make it real spicy. Move these over. I'm gonna need this space for the cinnamon rolls because I gotta roll that all out.
That's spaghetti.
That's sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. Four minutes, Shane.
4 minutes for the bread? Yep, hope you guys brought your appetite.
You think you're sharing?
Yeah. I mean, look how much bread. No one could eat that amount of bread.
Thank you for following even backwards. Appreciate it. Welcome here. I dirty so many dishes when I cook, you guys. I take a clean dish for everything. Gonna microwave that in a second. Get it softened up. Should have had it out earlier. So this is the dough. Guys, look at that. No! Look at that dough! Some copyright-free stuff that's on Spotify, Trav. Not sure what it is. Shane's been messing around with it, so. Truthfully, these kind of streams are boring for him. Because I'm doing the cooking. You know. Yep, Pally says Homer Simpson would be so proud. Don't.
Wow, that thing is really rising, huh? She didn't have a bigger bowl. Jesus.
I doubled the recipe. So half of this is going to be cinnamon rolls.
Half of it is?
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of cinnamon rolls.
It's not. It's going to be a dozen. You just hold that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A dozen buns and a dozen cinnamon rolls. This recipe makes a dozen buns. So we're gonna flatten this out. There's some cinnamon rolls. Can you cancel the microwave and put that in there for like 15 seconds?
Well, you know, I have no idea how to make this thing.
I do. That's why you gotta practice. I'm not used to tiny little countertops to work on either. See, that's gonna be 12 cinnamon buns, not even.
Not even?
Did you put them in?
Yeah, for 10 seconds.
Is it soft?
I'm not for sure.
Could you check for me?
I don't have it.
Spreadable.
I have not.
No. So we're gonna make our, it sounds like it's good.
What you doing now?
The topping.
Looks like a freaking pizza pie. Yeah.
Kind of.
A little cinnamon. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
It's a lot of cinnamon.
Yeah. Alright, well it's a little melty, but that'll work. This is the fun part. Ah, can you stir that with a spoon?
Yes.
Yeah. There's one in the dishwasher right there.
So what's in here?
Cinnamon and brown sugar.
Cinnamon and brown sugar.
That's it, that's all. Butter, 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 guys. Who wants to get your hands all greasy? I like it not quite melted, so it's like spreadable. It didn't. Hard to do unless you take it out and let it sit at room temp for a little bit. You know the lumpies out too, please.
That's what I'm doing.
Good job.
That's what I'm doing here.
And again, I'll share recipes in the Discord later if you guys are interested. Thank you.
There she goes.
My hands going to sit in the back corner there. Where's my kisses?
I'm so hungry.
Once we get this all panned up, we'll start making the marzetti. Travis talking to you. Baby Shadmole's coming.
Oh, nice. Awesome, man. Awesome. You have a good time playing with your molds. Looks fun, though.
What?
Make them faster.
I don't know, you want to try?
Well, it seems like it costs a lot of money to get up to that situation to make them.
Alright. He says, I assume you want monkey milk. What are the other colors you're looking for?
Oh, just surprise us.
Whatever, I mean,
Surprise us. You never know what will work.
we've caught fish on weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look cool doing that. I've never seen no one really, people that does it on Twitch, I've never seen no one invest so much money in doing it. Everyone I've seen, they just pour the mold. I've never even seen those ejector systems before.
No, they pour it in with like a,
The measuring cup.
yeah.
They just pour it right from the measuring cup.
Alright.
And it's pretty cool what you got going on there, man.
He says, oh, surprise, I like that.
Yeah.
Now we roll it up.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Look at that one.
Oh! I'm not supposed to stretch. What happened?
That's amazing. So in this pan, she has like a caramel, the caramel that she made.
I always mess up getting the right amount here.
See that? Caramel in this freaking pan.
Probably just go half.
So you'll be laying that right on top of this, right?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
No fishing today, Filmsy. It's miserable outside. We got 19, 20 mile per hour wind gusts.
Ooh, look at that. Fancy.
It's been snowing off and on. Not that it's sticking at the moment, but. What is this?
What are you doing?
What is this, guys? Look at these. This is the best. These are going to be the best cinnamon rolls you've ever had in your life.
Well, I cannot wait.
I can tell by the feel of the dough.
I can't even wait.
Okay, I'll work all day today, so most likely I won't do any till Tuesday evening, and then Thursday when he's off, he said.
All right. Yeah, it's a pretty cool system you got going on there. Like I said, I've only seen people on Twitch pour it.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Pouring molds? Pouring molds, they usually call it?
Yeah.
Instead of shooting molds?
Yeah.
It's going to fit perfect in there, ain't it?
I know, because I've done this before.
That's pretty kick-ass. Look at that. Perfect fit.
So you can take this and show them, and then we'll cover them up and let them grow. You want to take it to show them?
Yeah. All right. Wow. Delicious. So, the caramel's on the bottom. I don't know what you guys can see. Let's have a peek back here. Oh. The caramel's on the bottom.
Now we'll make the buns.
Woo!
Yeah, Trav says there's a difference. There's injection molds and open pore molds.
Yeah.
I just closed my chat. I'm gonna need a cord over here. If you don't mind.
Or
For my phone. How did those look, guys? Is that looking good? So let's get those covered. And they'll rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. Don't put your plastic tight, because they probably will get up to the top here. I always do a towel too. I grew up in a drafty old farmhouse, so
how are you gonna make this stand up?
I'll figure it out. Thank you.
Everything fell over.
I saw that. I can reach out sideways, I guess. So we're gonna make the buns.
Make some bun tugs.
Well, my hands are probably wet. I messed that up. What do I do with my knife? Jeez. I'm not very organized. This is the sharp knife. Have you guys ever caught trout before? Trav says other than sea trout.
No, no. To go trout fishing, you gotta buy it. Usually, you gotta buy a separate license, and you really start getting up into the money.
Yeah.
If you know anything about this channel,
You know we're not all about
it's a
spending
lot
money.
less about the easiest way to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Carol does, TriStar, people like that.
Right.
That's all I catch here. Saltwater trout.
Tilly wants to know why you need a separate license for trout.
Because a lot of American trouts are,
Stop.
yeah, they're stock trout, and it costs money for them to stock the trout like that.
Right.
And so it's just a separate license, which I
And
understand.
it's maybe not in every state that it's a separate license. Travis says he's never been. Didn't know it took a special license.
Yeah, I just know it's that way in Tennessee. It's called a trout license.
We have 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna make a loaf. A loaf. A little loaf. A little loaf. Oops.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Them staying on the ice like that. Out in Colorado, it doesn't matter. Just depends on the state for sure. Okay. Yeah, trout scamp. Yeah, that's right. Trout
Right.
scamp.
Yeah. So it says his.
Trouser trout? I don't think that counts.
So it says stupid neighbor across the street had a pane broken in the picture window for years. Now decided to replace the entire thing. Guess when? Big winner. Big dummy. Maybe they've been waiting for a while and this was the only time it could get done.
Could you imagine having to work outdoors and things like this?
We do.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I remember being out with a freaking blowtorch because the gate on my back hatch of the freaking floater I drove would freeze up. Like if it took too long for a driver to come,
Yep.
I'd have to sit out there with a freaking blowtorch trying to freaking unfreeze the back hatch. Oh man. Ooh.
There's the bread. That guy will rise probably an hour. Cover him up.
Yeah, a trout stamp is a lot better than a tramp stamp on a guy. I'm just saying.
So my cake pan is also my bun pan. That's why I'm using this pan for like 6 of the buns.
Ooh, bun it up, huh?
Not quite even. I'm not like real good at this. It's been a while.
Boys, I can't wait to eat. I'm telling you guys right now.
So you want to turn the oven on to 350 and we'll start getting this
Sure you feel it, y'all.
marzetti stuff going.
Show the buns.
There's the buns. Not all even in.
And she made a loaf of bread. Did you do the show?
Loaf of bread. Slid. The bread we can slice up and make garlic bread with it.
You ready for the meats?
Yeah.
The meaty meats? I am hungry.
You're not. It's all in your head.
All this cooking is making me hungry.
It's in your head. All right. Oh, well, it said you could have boiled 2 cans of condensed sweetened milk to make the caramel.
Ah.
Yeah, you could. I think this was probably cheaper to make.
Neva's back. Oh my
Ah.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Point blank and Liz out there staying on the ice, man.
Yeah.
They're out there doing some creative, kick-ass shit, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing very creative, cool shit.
I'd say. So first off, guys, we're going to saute some mushrooms and an onion. And in my big old giant cast iron.
I couldn't imagine sleeping on the ice like that.
I would never do it because I would not feel comfortable.
Yeah, they make it look easy, doing things like that. First of all, one thing I've seen But they did wrong.
What was that?
They had their cots not together.
And they were complaining it was cold.
You gotta snuggle, right?
Yeah.
That's where the warmth come in, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I seen them do wrong. It was an awesome stream. We tuned into a lot of it.
Yeah.
Only thing I would recommend was putting them cots together. The cold nights, when we stayed in that tent, you know, we didn't have all the sleeping bags and everything.
No.
They had all the, you know, the Mr. Buddy heater and things of that nature, right?
Right.
All we had was cuddling.
At each other. And a comforter that's not very warm and a fuzzy blanket. Yeah. So the recipe says for half an onion, for halving it, but I'm gonna do the whole thing. Then this is, I got a small onion, so. That's a good one, Miva. I like that. So, like I said before, if you guys want any of the recipes of anything I'm making today, it will be in the Discord later. You can check it out there. So I'm going to saute this up. Assist put a green pepper in here. I hate green peppers. That's the grossest pepper ever made. Ever grown. I like red ones, yellow ones. I'll eat them just plain. But a green pepper gags me. And I suppose you could put whatever veggies in to add flavor, but.
Filmsy says, how much coffee do you guys drink? We usually drink a couple cups in the morning.
I drink usually one because there's usually nowhere to go to the bathroom when we go fishing.
Sometimes I'll bring a cup with me fishing.
Yeah.
Then every once in a while we might drink a cup when we get home.
And if we stay home, I usually drink 2, 3 cups. So. Ooh, that smells good already. I like the smell of mushrooms and onions sauteing up. Oh, yeah, well, he says I just see a bunch. We were buying the Folgers, and Shane wasn't really enjoying it, so we had maybe one pot full left, and he's like, let's make the other one. So I haven't made the Folgers. I could blend it off to get rid of it. There's like one pot full left in the can.
Call me crazy, but I really prefer the taste of instant coffee
He's crazy.
than I do whatever you call this shit.
First off.
Yeah, I like instant coffee better. It has a more like bolder taste and
Yeah, I could have changed my pepper out. You could change the pepper out for any color pepper in this recipe daily. Our grocery store doesn't have options. They have green peppers and they were $1 a piece. So I didn't buy one. Travis had 3 cups of coffee already and he's twitching. Morning, Opio.
Good morning.
We're cooking today. Making a meal that is from Shane's home city called Johnny Marzetti or Marzetti.
Yeah, we really never called it Johnny Marzetti. We would always just call it Marzetti.
Yeah. Yep, there's 2 teaspoons of butter in there.
But Johnny Marzetti is the name of it.
Yeah. Oh, it smells so good. I love it. And this is a mixture of ground beef and ground turkey. We got turkey on the last day of the sell before, and they had it marked down to $3 for 3 pounds.
Yeah.
And so we mixed that up with some ground beef we bought. Yeah, Dilly, the smell of the onion sauteing, I love it.
Some little mushrooms.
I would put this on a hamburger right here, this mixture. Saute that up, and I'd throw that on top of the cheeseburger. How about you?
Sure. I really just, mushrooms, I mean, I
know.
can eat
You
them,
can leave them, right?
but it's just the texture.
You can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I get you.
My family's always ordered the mushrooms on pizza, and we just got used to them.
Put it in here. Got these in a thrift store, 2 of them.
Yeah.
One's got a chip. That's fine. Trav says he loves shrooms. He says in his leftovers.
So you two seem like a very happy family.
Well, thank you.
Nice.
Who
Thank
said that? Turnip?
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Billy says I can't live without mushrooms. Neva says best thing to cook in cast iron is bacon and eggs.
Neva always wants bacon in
That's
there.
because he never
Got
had
some onions, man.
Well,
Some onions.
get them. I'm a messy cook. They say the messy cooks are the best, so there must be some truth to it. Haven't had an appetite lately, but this is making me hungry, Filmsy says. Thank you. Well, glad to help. Neva, everything is, you could cook bacon and eggs and anything, and I'm sure you'd be happy. Did you taste this sauce? Smell it.
So in Chattanooga, they have an ice rink, a little skating ice rink. And the last weekend that it was open, I don't think it was last weekend or the weekend before, they had an event. Oh, what the heck? I mean, think what it's called. What do you do that?
Curling.
Curling? Instead of using curling
Using the curling
pins or whatever it's called,
iron, well, not iron. Curling.
they use friggin' cast iron pans.
I was pissed. I'm like, I'm gonna go steal all the pans off the ice.
So they had a curling event where they used cast iron pans. It was pretty fun.
Stones, curling stones. Yes,
Stones?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I knew that. I'm from Canada. I know that stuff.
I asked Jackie if she wanted to go to it because,
And I said I would go take all the pans.
but with the corona, you just get worried about going to shit like that.
Public events.
Or if you're allowed even in.
I watched online. I watched curling on the Olympics. Some point says it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. At back home, people at a certain age, like my ex-in-laws, were obsessed with it. Like, you don't talk. I'm watching curling. You don't interrupt. You don't look at me. You don't talk to me. I'm watching curling. It's terrible.
That's the hamburger, and this is the turkey.
Turkey's a lot denser.
And a little bit frozen.
No Hope in Humanity says in Oklahoma they do one license for all the fishes.
Okay, that's good.
So you don't have to have a separate one for the trout. These dishes good.
We're so done with out-of-state fishing license.
Oh,
Jesus, man.
it's expensive for us.
Yeah, it costs us $100 per state for both of us for
Yeah.
fishing license, and
Yeah,
$100, yeah.
it's a little much. But, I mean, it's what we do, so. Gilby says he's like that with curling too. It's like shuffleboard for old Americans.
So that's going to be Marzetti there.
So I'm gonna have to wash this pot up and get the water boiling.
What's going on, Stink Pig?
Get that macaroni cooking. So the recipe is being cut in half. We're going to use half a pound of macaroni. Just because we don't need the whole recipe.
I need it.
We didn't even have 2 pounds of meat in the freezer to make the whole recipe.
That got to be pretty close to 2 pounds, no?
I didn't buy everything to go with that.
The last time you guys sent me food, I think the mailman took a bite, just saying. Wait, what says?
They probably spoiled en route to Japan. Wait.
Stink Pig says 18 through 24 inches of snow.
Keep it. So we're going to boil some water. We'll cook half this.
Opio says how, I already know what this question, how this answer is going to come. How would you feel if you had to cook for Gordon Ramsay?
Pretty confident.
You'd probably slap the shit out of him, right?
Nah.
Hit him with the iron pan?
I'm pretty confident. He's not really an asshole.
He's not.
He just plays one on TV. Because it gets the views.
Yep, exactly. Jackie slapped him a couple times. He'd have a freaking imprint of a cast iron stove or a freaking cast iron pan on his face. You know what I would think would be cool?
What's that?
If we could cook with a cast iron stove. I think that would be kick ass, huh?
They have such.
Oh, I know it. Back in the day, that's all it was.
They also have the lodge has a cooking grill that you can, like with charcoal briquettes, you can use outside.
Yeah.
Very expensive, and they've been sold out since COVID started. Trust me, I'm looking at all this stuff all the time.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we're located right next to Lodge. Lodge is one of the biggest cast iron pans.
Manufacturers.
Yeah, they have where they make them and where they sell them.
So they have the refinery, or not refinery, the smelt. What is it called? It's made out of metal. They smelt them or whatever. They make them here. They distribute them all over the United States and elsewhere from here. And they have a storefront. So.
Well, that negative roll, it made him thousands or millions and millions of dollars. So if it's just an act, maybe that's the way he really is. He's made a life out of it, right?
Yeah. Boundary. Yes. Yes.
Who the hell is we talking about now? Joe what?
I don't know who that is. Joe
No, we don't know who that is.
Bastinich. Not sure who that one is. I haven't heard of him.
Well, have you seen how she treats me in this kitchen? I'll kind of be the same way.
Truthfully, I don't like people in the kitchen with me. Being honest.
This is her area.
I've always been that way. And,
How about the Chinese guy or whatever that you like to watch on YouTube that makes fun of people making rice? And
Uncle, what's his name?
Uncle something.
He's funny. Wait, says there's something sexy about a woman washing dishes. Does that make me a bad man?
I don't know.
He owns a few restaurants and wineries, Ophio says, Joe Bastinich. I'll have to look it up.
That's not the guy that does the bar things, right? Is it goes in and
And rebuilds your bar.
yeah.
Oh no. Ooh! They've been rising not even 15 minutes.
Holy, sure.
I'm not moving them around. The camera needs to move. You need to be the cameraman.
I don't know if I can get an angle of that. Look at those homemade cinnamon buns. What do you got over there?
Here?
Some rolls.
And some bread. You can't really see the bread.
He's a judge on the Master Chefs.
Okay, I gotcha. So it says to drain the meat after, but you know, this is so lean, I'm not gonna, there's nothing to
Yeah,
do.
drain the meat.
I haven't been, have you noticed?
It's up to you. You're the cook. They used to say that about Steven Seagal. He turned out to be a...
The real shirt. So this is gonna, it says to put Italian herbs and oregano. I don't have oregano. I'm gonna do Italian herbs and a pinch of sugar. And anybody know why you put a pinch of sugar in a tomato-based dish? Anybody got thoughts on why you would do that? What are your thoughts? Do you know?
to bring out the tomatoes or something?
It's to cut the acidity. Makes it less, you know, you sometimes get that really tart, tomatoey zing. It cuts that back a little bit.
That's what Uncle Wayne said.
And Stoner.
Jeez, you guys are smarter than me.
Video game says they always like tomato sauce that has cinnamon. How's it going, game time? Yeah, a little more than a pinch, Stoner.
That's what I was going to say too. Wait, what? It makes you sweet.
Cooking takes forever. So some of you guys might say this is cooked already because it's not pink anymore.
Oh, this is what we do at my mom's house. We would just go ahead and whip this up. Whip it up.
What are you talking about?
It'll be done.
It's not done.
She browns her freaking...
It gives it flavor. When you cook a hamburger, do you brown it or do you leave it all pale? That browning it gives it extra flavor. When you cook a steak, it's got that sear on there that gives it the flavor. Why does my phone keep going dark? Like, quit that shit.
Really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us on this little cozy stream. All warm. We could be out there fishing and freezing.
Stoner says he'd be grabbing some Doritos and testing that meat out.
But you guys are hanging out with us.
They are.
And that's cool.
What's the best way to cook a steak? Wait. Quickly. On a really hot pan.
Pour butter over it. Sear it with butter.
No, you throw it in a hot pan with butter and some spices, herbs around in the butter, and you just, I like my steak medium well.
Oh, how about that crappie we had the other day?
How about it?
That was good stuff, wasn't it?
It was.
So I caught 5 crappie. I cleaned them up outside. Brought them in here. So we took them straight from the river. When we got to the house, they were still alive. I cut them up, cleaned them. When they were still alive, took them from there. She had the pan already hot.
Slapped them in.
Yeah.
And your mom says, by the way, she does brown it. So you just hush it.
This is how we do it right here.
This is how you do it.
This is it.
So I didn't buy garlic. I forgot. You need garlic in this stuff. Garlic powder to the rescue.
Yeah, so we basically took that crappie straight from the river to the frying pan, and it was delicious, man. I can't wait until we're in Florida and we're able to take those saltwater fish from the freaking ocean to the frying pan.
Right? How's it going, Chuck? How are you? So, hodgepodge of spices, Italian seasoning. I did that garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, a little bit of Italian, not too much. There's something in there I don't like the taste of. Get this cooking up, browned up a little bit, and get that macaroni going here. Yep. Me too, wait. Even if I have onions in a recipe, when you add onion powder, it enhances the onion flavor. It just brings out more flavor. Little trick I learned. You want this smells so good you guys have no idea. Come smell this, baby. Can you smell it?
Yeah, like the whole house. We live in a box.
Give me a cinnamon roll.
Yeah. Throw them in the oven.
Not ready yet.
What do you mean?
They're not risen enough. They've only been rising. Oh, I'm wrong. They're rising for 30 minutes already. I'm bad.
You never what?
They gotta rise more.
So do you have a big pot to put this stuff in?
I thought it was gonna fit in there.
No, when you cook it.
What do you mean?
It's all gonna.
It's cooking. It's going in here and going in the oven.
That's not big enough.
Well, that's what I got.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
That's not big enough.
Thanks, Trav, for the host. Appreciate it.
This isn't bigger than here.
That's not oven safe. That's not oven safe.
Can I just read it? Settle it down.
I'm not putting your grandmother's glass bowl in the oven.
Settle down. Oven and microwave safe.
I am not putting that in the oven.
It's fine. It's big.
It's gonna fit in here. It's gonna fit.
Well, after you try that, we'll use this.
It can go in there in the cast iron as well. I sprinkled pepper. Pepper makes me sneeze. Need a pull to see if it'll fit.
What do you guys think? Is it gonna fit with the whole box of freaking elbow noodles?
Not a whole box, half a box. You missed the memo. If not, it's going in the cast iron. You can put cast iron in the oven. I would sooner do that in that bowl.
Just because it was my ideal.
No, because I don't want to wreck that bowl because it's something that's special to you.
It says I would save on.
Up to what temperature? Anybody else dry their pan?
Uncle Wayne says 75% says I'm right.
Says yes, what? Not that you're right. So you're cooking the macaroni till it's al dente. Al dente means not soft. It's going to be a little crunchy. This is going in the oven, and it's going to finish cooking in the oven. And I just taste my pasta to see if it's done. Oh, this smells so good. So,
She's making me hungry. She is making.
I need to find a lid that fits this pan that sits on top. It doesn't sit inside it. Uncle Wayne says you like your pasta crunchy straight out of the box.
Yeah, it's the best way.
My kids used to steal my spaghetti for a snack. No, we weren't that poor. They just liked eating raw spaghetti. Because they're strange.
So as you see, we don't have a vent
No.
or anything in this house. All the windows are getting steamed up.
I swear this pot has a hole in it. You're hearing little sizzles of water once in a while. It smells awesome in here. Wade says, I have been that guy pestering a woman while cooking. It didn't end well. I don't mind. I might snap at him a little bit, but I don't mind. So I'm going to throw the sauces in there. It says to simmer for a little bit. I turned the pan down already because who wants to get splashed with hot tomato sauce? Not me.
So this is when we went to the crazy store.
Crazy Caz boys.
This is the sauce that we bought there. It was 25 cents. Because we went on the 25-cent day. It says it's zesty and spicy.
Well, we just cut the spice. I forgot the sugar. We just cut the spice with the diced tomatoes, so.
Put the sugar in it.
Yeah. You get enough for me, please?
Sugar.
Right there.
Sugar.
Right there. There's a pinch.
That's mine a pinch. Holy crap.
I'm gonna simmer this a little bit. I'm gonna test that pasta.
Shimmer.
I might have to put it in a baking pan. That would work too. I don't want to put it in that bowl.
It's fine.
No. Morning, TriStar.
Good
Show
morning.
him what he's missed.
Hold on. Look at that. Homemade cinnamon rolls. So,
Buns, and I've got
a loaf of bread. And
This is teamwork.
sweet heat. Sweet heat. Yeah, and she's making
Marzetti.
Marzette.
Ow. He says, looking good.
Oh, yeah, she's making me hungry, TriStar.
Chevy Girl says, ever heard the saying, no cocks in the kitchen?
No, never heard that. First time.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I've heard a lot of things.
You have, huh?
What's wrong with that pan? That's your cake pan, huh?
Yeah, I have one that I cook,
That's what my mom puts it in.
one of
Really
these.
something like that. Yeah, the cheese on it.
Yeah. You gotta mix some cheese in and some cheese on. So again, if you guys want any of the recipes of what we're making today, it will be posted later in the Discord. Perfect. That element gets so red. Look at that element. It like fell in.
Yeah, this stove's a piece of shit. Landlady kind of promised us a new stove, but
It didn't
I guess we never bugged her enough.
any bugger at all. And the ceiling fan in the living room was supposed to get fixed too. But you know how it goes. It's fine. So I need the cheese, please.
Cheese?
My chat keeps going off. Like, why am I phone
Ooh,
keep?
you should have put some fresh tomatoes in there. Mexican style.
Shane
Mexican.
has a nice tenor voice. Sing us a song, Shane, while Jackie cooks.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
How's it going, Gregular? We're cooking today.
I can even play some instruments too. Ready?
No.
Damn, I'm good.
But you gotta be on camera while you sing.
Damn, I'm good. How's it going, Gregler?
So imagine doubling this. I wouldn't even have a frying pan big enough.
Gregler, you ever had this dish? It's called
Marzetti.
Marzetti. It's basically spaghetti with elbow noodles and a lot of cheese. There's the elbow noodles.
This is gonna be fun.
Yes, she made homemade cinnamon rolls. I was about to say we made them, but
You helped. Hey, give yourself some credit. You helped. Regular says never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a good dish. It originated from, what was that long message? Shane, here's a true, good story, bro. When I go to Florida, I can't read it.
I used to go to West Palm Beach to go snorkeling. I seen the fishing charter boats and wanted to try it. Well, I didn't catch shit, but the guy next to me was catching like 5 or 6 nice keepers. They were the red snapper, yellowtail snapper, and one called a porgy. Well, while we were talking and fishing,
Yeah.
I told him that is all that stuff to cook up some fresh caught fish, and that's what we did. Just cleaned, never cooled, even in the cooler.
Yeah.
Just cook them fresh.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Mostly that saltwater fish. Yeah, I'll agree with you.
So we're gonna mix this all together. We're gonna mix in about a cup of cheese into the filling, or into the casserole, and then we're gonna put about a cup of cheese on top.
So they call it a casserole because I've never heard of it described as a casserole.
It's a casserole. Anything you bake in a pan in the oven, it is all a bunch of things mixed together.
I mean, sometimes we don't, I don't even think my mom puts it in the oven. Or when I made it for you.
Yeah, you didn't put it in the oven.
Right.
But every recipe I Googled all put it in the oven.
I guess we do I guess my mom has her own version.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
And that's where I got my version from was,
Right.
you know, my mom.
So lasagna is a casserole? Yep. Oops.
Yeah, so we ate one saltwater fish, and I guess it wasn't really even one of the, you know, the top tasting
Right.
fish that you could catch in saltwater. We ate the whitings, and holy crap, was it good, huh?
Yeah. Chuck says the Coleman stove heated up with the Crisco and battered with water and Andy's Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
He says it was so good, so when I go to Florida, from then on I would just go to the boat when they came in and buy the fish that the crew was giving for tips for $5 a pound.
Ah.
So the macaroni's cooked al dente. It's a little bit crunchy because it's going in the oven to finish off. And it'll absorb the extra liquid in here too. And if you guys want the recipe, I promise I'll post them in the Discord later.
Definitely dinner food. Yeah,
This is comfort food.
yeah, it's definitely something you wouldn't eat for breakfast. It's just, it's almost our lunchtime. 45 minutes till noon.
For real?
Yeah.
Wade says you're just like him, a mama's boy. He said, I love my mom.
Love my mom too. See, I learned all my cooking from my mom. And my grandma too.
You never had too much cheese. No point in putting 2 sprinkles back. Right?
Mm-hmm. If you say so, cheesehead.
That pan I was just drying, I had washed it, threw it in the hot oven. So this is the finished, almost finished product. It's going in the oven now for
That's going to be cheesy.
about 30 minutes. And some of the baked goods, other baked goods are going to go in the oven as well at the same time. So there's that. We always accumulate so many dishes when we cook, you guys. Chuck says that looks so yummy. Will you freeze and then overnight me some?
I'm sorry, you gotta come here and eat, or it's gonna be gone.
I would love to do a meet and greet with viewers and cook for everybody.
So like we said, we always invite you guys down to come and fish with us, but we haven't been really saying that lately
No.
because the fishing is just so awful down here.
Yeah.
even when Trav came down here,
It wasn't that good.
I think Trav was able to catch a couple of skipjacks and a 24-pound blue cat. So we didn't want to invite you guys to our freaking miserable days that we've been having on the water.
You wouldn't have had fun.
Yeah.
Joe Boy says meet and eat.
Meat, yeah. So maybe once we get to Florida, I imagine some of you guys, go to Florida to vacate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or
vacation, yeah.
yeah. And so we'll probably offer that a lot more once we get to Florida.
Right.
For you guys to come down, and if you guys want to spend a weekend with us or whatever, I think it would be a lot better down there.
Yeah. And Joe Boy says you got 30 minutes to go catfishing.
Yeah.
Chuck says it's going to be his 2021 goal, summertime goal. Trav says it's a 2022 goal.
Heck yeah. I know Trav and his family are, his kids are getting older, and, they're about that age of where they're becoming adults and they're leaving the house. And I think him and his wife has a plan to move down south.
Yeah. Wait, what says I will visit when you guys move to Florida.
All
Says
right.
I can even visit my family for a few days then.
Well, it sounds good. We think it's cool meeting you guys.
Yeah.
We have had, when we have done planned trips to meet people, it's turned out great.
Yeah.
We have really came close to the ones we've met, like Stoner. Really, we're able to see you guys face to face and
Put a face to the name. Even
Yeah.
though Stoner told us his real name, we still call him Stoner.
of course. And meeting Trav,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Trav says, oh yeah, we're coming to the coast for sure, hopefully within the next 5 years.
Yeah.
He says, and he was meaning a goal, a 2022 goal of getting everyone together.
All right.
Oh my goodness, these are gonna go a few more minutes.
Let's see those. Cinnamon buns.
Have you had homemade cinnamon buns that Jackie has made yet?
Yeah, you have made us.
One time?
Yeah, it was delicious.
I'm gonna bake these buns. They're not gonna be, because I didn't have a pan full. They're not gonna be the best, but I'm gonna throw them in with the casserole. Hopefully the pan fits. It just fits. So, 15 minutes on those. 10 minutes left on the timer, the buns will be done, so don't forget. The dough recipe, I'll share everything in the Discord after. Doughboy, are you in the Discord? Chuck says, oh, you had to show me those. OMG. So yeah, I'll share all the recipes. I need to be snapping some pics for Instagram here, guys.
So if you guys wasn't here for the other day, we bought a can of cinnamon buns, and we built the fire
Yeah.
on the riverbank as we were fishing. And you take one cinnamon bun, and just like you would, you get you a hot dog stick or a marshmallow stick, and you take the cinnamon bun and you wrap it around the stick, and you roast that over the fire. You get it done, then you apply your icing on it. And holy shit, was that a treat?
That was a treat. Definitely.
That would be one of my top things that we've cooked on the fire like that.
Yep.
On a stick. So again, you just go buy a can of cinnamon buns. You get your frickin' stick, you wrap one around the stick. Make sure the ends are pinched.
Right.
Or once it comes unraveled.
Yeah. Wade says he was thinking of coming to Bama, but I never saw anyone who, quote unquote, looked like me in your IRL streams, LOL.
What do you mean looks like you?
Looks like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do one day when we're fishing and we have a fire. I want to do a hot dog, a strip of bacon, and as you did
The cinnamon roll.
yeah, you do a biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
You do a biscuit around.
Bannock would work very well for that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm thinking we'll do some bannock, and I found a recipe for frying your biscuits on top of the heat too, on the frying pan.
Yeah.
You fry biscuits.
Fry biscuits, huh?
Yeah. So again, if you guys want recipes later, sharing in the Discord. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna boil this pan up a little bit.
So that's how you treat your pans?
So cast iron, scrub it out as soon as possible. You can or you don't have to use soap, it's a preference. I choose not to most of the time. Yeah, you can make donuts frying biscuits too. Remember Fish and Carp did, or Outdoor Boys?
What?
You took the canned biscuit dough,
Yeah.
and he poked a hole in the middle, and he deep fried it,
Oh,
and then he rolled them in cinnamon and sugar
Uh-huh.
for the kids. Dill Boy, what's Discord? There's the link. If you click that and then open in browser if you're on a phone.
It's just an app.
It's an app.
If you used to use TeamSpeak back in the day, it's the way
It's kind of like that.
it's TeamSpeak, but it's where you could. It's just so much more than TeamSpeak now.
Yeah, like we do a lot of chitty chatting in there.
Post your pictures, your fishing pictures, your
Food.
cooking pictures. We're asking you guys to share. A lot of you guys are going out geocaching these days.
We have a room set up for that as well.
Yeah.
We have. You can show us your fishing equipment if you just got a new kayak or you got some new fishing poles, or even the stuff you've had since you were a wee kid. There's room for that. No, I have never made Roach Krispies, Neva, in my cast iron.
Roach Krispies.
Back's getting sore from standing all morning. That phone charging?
Whose phone?
Yours.
This phone? That's old. Yeah.
So 20 minutes. How long didn't I do it? 30? I did 45 minutes on the Marzetti. I'm dead. Oh my goodness, open that.
No, I just want to eat it all.
I can just make garlic butter and you can have a fresh bun with garlic butter on it to go with it.
Sure. Sure, man.
So anybody know how to make garlic butter?
Let me guess. Garlic and butter?
You just need to melt, we're about out of garlic. You melt a little bit of butter, some garlic powder in there, or minced garlic if you have, which I think I should always have some, but I never have it. Chevy girl, Neva's just playing with you on the Roach Krispies. He's just a goofball.
He's a joker. A midnight joker.
What are you even saying? Thanks for the follow, Kong. Welcome here. Why don't you play something on the PlayStation for us?
I'm not playing that games.
Your controller's probably stone dead.
I'm a PC guy.
Thanks for the follow, Luz. Welcome here. Trav's laughing at you. Neva does see the world differently. And sometimes it's pretty cool, his perspective. And sometimes it's plain silly, but it's his perspective. So who are we to judge, right?
Most of the time, it's just silly. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you guys are just joining us, she has Marzetti. an Ohio dish.
Should I read them the history again, just in case somebody missed it?
Yeah. In the oven, she has homemade cinnamon buns here. You
Okay.
got the buns in the oven?
Mm-hmm.
She has the bread,
Loaf of bread.
the loaf of bread she made.
Where's my... So if you guys don't know what Marzetti is, I'll read you a little history on it, and I'll share a recipe for the Discord later. Buns, plural, in the oven, not in that oven. So, let me see. So if you guys are not familiar with Marzetti, here's a little explanation. This casserole is called Johnny Marzetti. It's a Midwestern favorite. It was literally crafted for sharing, and according to Ohio History Central, it was developed by a lady named Teresa Marzetti in Columbus, Ohio. You ever heard of the Marzetti dressing, salad dressings? Same family.
Yeah.
Marzetti family was a family of Italian immigrants that moved to Columbus.
They opened up a restaurant,
They opened their own Italian restaurant.
which supposedly my step-grandfather or something worked there, right? As Uncle Wayne said.
The Marzetti restaurant was located downtown, near the broke and hungry masses of the Ohio State University students. The meal is called Johnny Marzetti, named for Teresa's brother-in-law, and it was created specifically as a cheap but delicious way to feed hungry souls.
45 cents a serving.
It was. It was a humble mixture of noodles, ground beef, and tomato sauce and cheese, and like he said, sold for 45 cents. It was a raving success, and its fame spread throughout the Midwest, even showing up in school cafeterias. In Ohio, Johnny Marzetti remains a common household name and still serves as a hearty, satisfying meal today. What do you think of that?
Awesome.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Lost all my chat.
I've been eating the dish since I remember.
Sprinkle some taco powder or brown sugar on your bugs there, Neva. You're silly. Well, good. You're in a good place then, Jay. Why we don't talk that stuff here? No politics here. How's it going, goofball?
Man, so the buns are getting done?
Let me check. I'm gonna probably pull them out
Holy,
and turn them around.
they're big. Big buns, huh?
Yeah, they kind of are deformed a little bit. Ugh.
It doesn't matter.
Still tastes good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So as soon as the buns come out, I'm gonna throw the cinnamon rolls in there. Dillboy says they make something similar to this Marzetti, and they call it slumgullion.
Slumgullion. Sounds slumgullion good.
J1 only eats carrots, and he doesn't like politics.
Well, there you go. You have an interesting food choice. Bet you have good eyes.
I bet you have real good eyes. You can't see nothing no more. You got blocked.
All right.
As soon as these, I'm starting to feel real hungry now. Starting to smell so good in here.
I've been hungry.
Yeah, Trav. Jake only eats potatoes. I think Jake's fate is the same as J1's fate.
All right. So this was the cooking pot that you guys seen us get in the thrift store the other day.
Kettle.
Cooking pot, yeah. You should cook something in here if you tried.
You don't want to
So
be.
we had to tighten up a couple screws and
Yeah.
we had coffee in here now, huh?
Yeah.
That was a good deal. $2
$2. We made hot cocoa a couple times, so we ran out.
and instant coffee.
Yeah. So when you are baking buns, to make a good way to see if they're done, you can tap on them once they get to a certain point. If it sounds hollow, that means they're done.
I thought they was gonna knock back or something.
If they're not done, they might. And they'll brown up a little bit. I'm just impatient. It smells like buns and Marzetti in that oven. Oh my Goodness.
I bet you Trav's never had Marzetti.
Trav, have you ever had it? I forgot to ask him that.
Nah, I bet you he's never.
Yeah, this is one of the shirts from the discount store. Yep.
25 cents.
And there was a price tag on it. I noticed when we got home. It said regular 20 bucks.
What a discount.
Yeah.
It's my type of discount.
Yeah. So according to my timer, the bun should have about 3 more minutes. I'm impatient. I gotta get those cine rolls in there.
It is a major discount.
So these are gonna go in the oven next. See, they're starting to get tall. I gotta take the plastic off.
Holy hell, them are some big cinnamon buns, boys.
They're going in next. John, yes, that's only a couple. I've got 3 more hiding out cast iron pans. We just mixed up something called Marzetti, and I used this guy to cook it all up. The other pan was residual from breakfast. I love my cast iron pans.
So, you ever had a cinnamon bun? Cinnabon?
A Cinnabon? No,
Those are big as the Cinnabuns.
I have not had such.
For real. Mostly this one right here. It definitely looks like a Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Look at those things, man. So she made these.
From scratch.
I know they don't look as big over there,
Zoom it in.
but those things are huge. Ooh, they're brown.
Almost. Oh, that's just, every time I open that, it's torture. Game time says I want one. Uh-huh. Yep, don't
Actually,
reel.
they'll get a little bigger too. When they
They'll
cook.
grow in the oven. They'll probably like untwist some of them. I know what a Cinnabon is. I don't think I've ever had one though, Trav. No, I made a caramel sauce game time that's in the bottom of the pan. Shane could crank them down and show them the bottom.
Yeah.
So when I take them out of the oven, I'm going to flip them upside down, and that caramel sauce is going to run down all over. You don't need frosting.
Yeah.
I will share the recipe, Chevy Girl, in the Discord later today, if you guys are interested.
So for the caramel sauce, it was just brown sugar.
Whipping cream and butter. Yeah, they soak in. This recipe is one that I found and I made all the time, and this is one of the ones where my mom said, "Oh my goodness, can I have your recipe?" And my mom taught me to cook. All right, the buns, they're done. Cinnamon buns are going in, guys. They're
Here,
going
bring them up
in.
here.
I don't want to jump the pan around too much.
Delicious looking, baby.
They're going in. All right. Oh, bump the door. 10 minutes on the Marzetti.
Trav said he's leaving for work. He'll be there in 8 hours. Just say, drive, Trav.
There'll probably be about half of them. Don't push on them. There'll be about half of them
I'm leaving the
left.
kitchen. He's leaving work, not leaving for work.
No, he's coming here to get cinnamon buns.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
I can't read in between lines.
He says, "Okay, guys, I'm leaving work. I'll be there in 8 hours."
I thought he was making fun of his drive, because he has a long drive to work.
I knew what he meant right away.
Whatever.
Your hair's long.
Yeah, it makes me taller.
I know what he was saying.
I never know what Trav say or
So,
any of that.
Look at these.
Man, they look good.
So
Good job, man.
you don't flip them; they'll get soggy. You gotta keep. He's already at work, LOL. Don't you know?
I don't know nothing.
So Marzetti looks done. Or do you want it done more?
That's good. That is freaking awesome looking.
I just hate these silicone oven mitts, they don't grab. Alright, now, let's make some garlic butter. Can you get me the butter out? Butter a bun.
More butter.
Yeah,
Always more butter.
always.
Ooh, you see no butter.
In the door. No such thing as too much butter, Game Time says. That's true.
We buy a lot of butter.
Yeah, we do.
She don't buy cheap butter.
I don't buy margarine. I buy butter. That's the difference. There is no such thing as. And I do buy the cheap
I'm like,
butter.
will you buy that 99-cent butter?
It's not butter. It's plastic. I'm not eating plastic. So this is where the heat comes out of my stove. That'll melt that real quick. See, my phone keeps going dark. Uncle Wayne put his picture in Chatty Things in Discord.
Right. Check that out.
Again, guys, if you want recipes, Discord's the place to be. These things are fluffy and light. So the first couple times I made these buns, they were like hockey pucks. They were heavy. And there's a picture of a dog drooling and it says, "Me wanting cinnamon roll." Uncle Wayne. Uncle Wayne. He's so silly.
Bet he wants some of this Marzetti too. Ooh. What are we waiting on? Everything?
Yeah.
Where's that
So I can
movie?
relax. This can sit for a few minutes. I mean, we could have left it in the oven, I suppose. It should be done.
Nah, you just leave it sit out.
And the Coke always has to taste, right? Make sure it's good.
I'm glad you guys are hanging out with us today.
You won't like it.
I won't like it,
It's
huh?
no good.
Are you just saying that because we can have more? I think we're gonna have plenty for leftovers. Ooh.
Guys, that's so good. What are you listening to?
Oh, this is called. It is called basically music you're allowed to listen to on Twitch.
Mm.
Copyright free metal music.
Butter on there, garlic butter on a bun.
So how much do you think all this food costs us? Not very much, right?
So the meat we got a discount. We had half a pound of turkey and half a pound of beef. So the meat was probably $2.50, maybe. That's the probably most expensive thing.
I don't even think it was that much. It
Maybe.
might have-
Well, $1 for the turkey.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. And the hamburger.
Oh, half a pound of turkey. Sorry, 50 cents for the turkey and $1 maybe for the ground beef.
Yeah.
So $1.50 for the meat. And the buns, well, I had everything.
Yeah, just everything that you would basically have in the kitchen.
Yeah, like yeast and flour and sugar and eggs and milk and water and blah, blah, blah.
You could add all that up. It's not very much.
Not much when you figure out per serving.
Right.
And
So probably it's a $5 or $6 meal.
probably per serving it would be really cheap. Like,
Yeah, but for the whole
really
day, if you already had.
cheap. Right. Totally. Crunch says now I'm hungry. Turkey is awesome. Just like Cracker Barrel. Yum yum, Crunch said. You guys see that trick? Did anybody see that trick? You gotta take a picture of this Marzetti. Travis says, LOL, I just want some buns. Buns on. Hate the shadows in this kitchen. This kitchen is horrible for lighting, guys. As you guys can see. Trav likes bones.
I'm so excited.
You are?
Mm-hmm. To eat.
Crunch says you have an email. I can send you some good recipes. We sure do, Crunch. We have Discord too, but you can email either way. Email is ShaneandJackieAdventures@gmail.com. Pretty simple.
I don't think we ever use our email.
Always.
You always use it?
Yeah. Chevy Girl says lunch break's over. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks for sticking around.
Heck yeah, appreciate that, Chevy Girl. Have a great day.
Hope we made you hungry.
Crunch says he doesn't have Discord. Needs to get it. Yeah, you do. Discord's cool. Oh my god.
Jesus. Cinema buns.
Nipa says get some sticks and light a fire. That will improve the lighting.
I guess it would, huh?
Yeah. So I got a loaf of bread I'm gonna bake as
It's
well.
so windy out here.
Yeah, I don't need the wind.
Man, we would not been happy fishing today.
Loaf of bread. You gotta let bread rise a little more than the buns. I'm gonna sneak it.
We would have been miserable fishing, you guys.
I'm gonna sneak the bread in here. Woo, guys! Thank you for that follow, Going King. Welcome here. Trav wants recipes. He says he's always looking for new things to make. Seriously, you've never had Marzetti, Trav? I don't know about you.
I don't think you call yourself a real Ohioan.
No. We are making something called Marzetti. It's a dish that originated out of Columbus, Ohio, USA. Shane's from Columbus, Ohio, so we thought it'd be cool to make that. Made some fresh rolls, as you can see right here. And we got a batch of cinnamon buns in the oven and a loaf of bread. So we've got our main meal and we've got our dessert.
Yep. Good stuff.
Trav's had it. Everyone has grew up on it in Central Ohio, he says.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Jude. Welcome here. Appreciate it. Neva says it has pasta, so he doesn't think he'd enjoy it.
Neva, I don't even think you know what you like. Except bacon and eggs. Want to taste this?
Yeah, taste it. I tasted it already. Taste it.
Flaky buns.
Fluffy, fluffy. Yeah, but Neva doesn't like pasta, Uncle Wayne, so he doesn't like spaghetti.
Who don't like pasta? That don't even
Neva.
make no sense.
Neva don't like pasta.
Yeah, it's close to spaghetti, spaghetti or spaghetti and meatballs.
How's it going, last man?
Very close. She's making me wait, boys. I'm ready to eat. So we have no kitchen table or nothing in here. We're moving to Florida, so that's our only table right there.
And I bought that after many months of having
So this is our apartment. We have not much in here.
No.
So when we do eat, we eat on the couch.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about all that. Wow. All right, well, I mean, I can come and check on him in 10 minutes.
We're staying here short term, not a long term residence.
Dilly loves the place.
It's great for us. It's we really liked it. We really like this place. If we was upstairs, I think it would have been a lot better. Instead of hearing the neighbor upstairs, if we was upstairs, it would have been a little better, but it's what it is, and holy moly, look at that.
Then a bun with some garlic butter. You need a vegetable or salad on there yet? I don't have nothing. But that's, there's the Marzetti. The bun with garlic butter, just half.
I'll eat right here.
I can't, I gotta stand, my feet are killing me. I'm standing all day.
I only get one bun. Thank you.
Oh, we can share.
No way, I'm not sharing.
He's greedy.
I am not sharing my buns. So she put garlic butter on this.
I went like this.
Oh, delicious, baby. Look at all that cheese on there. It's pretty awesome.
Butter, yep. Last man says, at least you have a roof over your head and food in your mouths.
Yeah, we have everything.
We have no complaints.
This is a temporary place until we go to Florida.
How is it?
It's delicious. You know, my mom's in here, so I can't say this is better than my mom's. Because I love my mama, but this is pretty good.
Suck up. Yeah, we did last night. We did go to that store.
The spaghetti sauce that we're eating.
We got like cans of sauce for 25 cents. The shirt I'm wearing was 25 cents.
Mm.
We got so many snacks. We spent $10.
We got tons of these.
For some reason.
I think 4 packs of these. Those were 25 cents. These was 25 cents.
Stoner says it looks better than his PB and JD's house.
Oh, poor Stoner. This is good, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You did all right.
Thank you.
You did okay.
Wait till you guys see the cinnamon rolls. Wait till you see those. Seriously. So again, I'll be sharing recipes in Discord later. So if you guys want recipes for anything that you see on stream today, I didn't have time to set up a command for the recipes this morning. So I'll share them in there later. A little bit of crunchy onion. I didn't cook the onions quite long enough. Last night I said, dang, I wish we had a store like that near me. All we have is a dollar store.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy in there, dealing with the madness. And we stood in line for, I'd say, almost an hour.
So basically what we did is the first 15 minutes we both looked through bins. Then Shane's like, no, I'm going to go stand in line because the line was already 3/4 of the way around the store. So he stood in line and I went digging through the bins and we took turns.
I think we ended up getting 3 shirts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had tacos last night. And we got a couple of these taco kits from there, which was only 25 cents. And I'm telling you what, the sauce, the taco sauce in there,
It's pretty good.
was way better than freaking Taco Bell's taco sauce. It was kick ass. I enjoyed it.
Caitlin says, why aren't you fishing? You could try and catch the snowfish.
It's not the snow, it's the wind.
20-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was snowing. I think it would be pretty kick ass.
Yeah, we've screamed in the snow before.
It's the freaking wind. I have a feeling the whole week is going to be like that.
It's going to be. So we don't know what we'll be doing all week.
I think we should try to do some geocaching. Maybe go to the car and warm up. And do some more geocaching. Maybe see if we can afford to have lunch. You're all right, Eddie. You're all right in my book.
You gonna keep me?
Yep.
You're good, Trav. Guys, this is so good. You don't even know.
So we've been on this kick, like buying cheap meat. And the cheap meat down here is usually the pork.
I don't even like pork, you guys.
Pork and whole chickens. And that's basically been our diet. Just because it's cheap. And it's like the tacos was good last night because it was something different. This is definitely something different.
Yeah. Rufus, the new shoes are kick ass. They are treating me very well. Neva says, well, it's time for me to microwave my pre-packaged broccoli and cheese soup. I was feeling sorry for myself until I saw what you were having. Neva.
Neva, these noodles. Tell me about the pasta bake.
What about it?
It's good.
And then cinnamon rolls are not done.
So hopefully the wind will cut back a little bit and maybe we can do some geocaching or something tomorrow.
Kettle's been good. The cooking pot